And I was thinking, what qualities does he lack? And I'm watching him having obviously learned from Trump. You can see that he's picking up the most powerful parts of Trump, including the cursing at just the right amount. And he's learning to be provocative, but unlike Trump, he probably holds back a little bit. I hope you've been as amused as I am that Trump is good at cursing at just the right amount, and Democrats are bad at it. So when Trump curses, it guarantees that will be the big quote the next day. It puts a focus on things, and he never overdoes it. You can tell that he very carefully selected where he's going to put that F word.
They don't know what the fuck they're doing. Do you understand that?
But it turns out that J.D. Vance has the same skill. And why Democrats can't do this, I don't know. But the context here is that I guess J.D. Vance was giving a speech. I think it was at Turning Point USA. And he was defending his wife because apparently both Jen Psaki and Nick Fuentes have said bad things about her. I don't know what Jen Psaki said, but Nick Fuentes is let's say a white supremacist. I'm not sure what he is, but he has some negative things to say about her ethnicity, and I, of course, do not approve of that. But J.D. Vance did the first thing he did right is he directly defended his wife. You do that first. And here's what he said. He goes, "Let me be clear. Anyone who attacks my wife, whether their name is Jen Psaki or Nick Fuentes, can eat shit." Oh, he said it at Unheard in an interview. Right. It wasn't during a speech. It was during an interview with Unheard. And then he went even better. He goes, "That's my official policy as Vice President of the United States." My official policy is that Jen Psaki and Nick Fuentes can eat shit. Now, the first thing that's brilliant about this is that he paired Jen Psaki with Nick Fuentes, which is just brilliant. Because, they don't really have much in common, except maybe they said something about his wife. But putting them together really makes you go, what? What? And it dismisses it dismisses Fuentes in a way that Republicans wouldn't mind at all, which is, really? You're like a Democrat? He's not like a Democrat, but it's a good approach. And I think you can confirm that J.D. Vance is not noted as a prolific cursor. So when he pulls out the S word, it's in the context of defending his wife. Who minds that? Every one of you say, "Oh, okay." If you're defending your wife, your spouse, if you're defending your spouse, yeah, there's no limit on the words. If you're defending your spouse, there's not really any limit on what you can do. We all get that. I was trying to think, what weaknesses does J.D. Vance have that would matter? So I'm thinking, all right, J.D. Vance, he's an amazing speaker, so they wouldn't be able to match that. The Democrat candidate would not be as good a speaker as he is, no matter who it is. He's just going to be better. He's very quick-minded. He's very smart, obviously smart. He also has all the right backers. So he's got some of those powerful and smartest backers that the Republican Party can produce. But more importantly, he's probably going to have, we assume, Trump's support. Nobody's going to run for president as a Republican unless Trump supports it. So if Trump supports him, you're 90% there, right? And I was thinking, what qualities does he lack? And I'm watching him having obviously learned from Trump. You can see that he's picking up the the most powerful parts of Trump, including the cursing at just the right amount. And he's learning to be provocative, but unlike Trump, he probably holds back a little bit. And that makes sense. He's vice president. He's not president. So I would say he's definitely learning technique. He's learning persuasion. He would have Trump and Trump lovers backing him. The only thing I'm worried about is that it puts a target on his back too soon. But on the other hand, it's so obvious that he's the front runner that I guess that target would have been there anyway. So I'm going to say that Erica Kirk's early endorsement does not hurt him. It might help him. And I'm fascinated to find out if the Democrats will have any way to attack him that would be reasonable. Does anybody, I'm looking at the comments right now, does anybody have any idea what negative stuff you would put on him? Because the only negativity is coming from Republicans, right? Basically, Republicans who are a little bit anti-diversity, let's say, that's the best thing I can say about it, might not like who he's married to. But are they going to vote Democrat? Are you going to vote Democrat because you think his wife should be whiter? Really? So I don't know that there's anything that would slow him down. And so I don't think that my endorsement per se is useful. So I'll put it in the form of prediction. So prediction, not endorsement. Later I might. I might endorse him later, but it's too early for me. So I'll call it a prediction that he'll be the nominee. Now, what about Rubio? Rubio has very cleverly and smartly, well, that would be the same as clever. He's already taken himself out of the run under the condition that JD is running. And we assume that to be true.